What's up, guys? I'm Laura from Reading in Bed, and this is just going to be a quick weekend reads. I'm just going to talk about Giller Prize longlisted books, because while I have other things going on, like the fact that I'm still doing the 20 books this summer, despite the fact that both the challenge and actual summer are over, and then there's the whole issue of Ducks Newburyport. let's leave those aside. I've got a couple of Giller Prize books. Every year, I kind of think, oh, I'm not going to get caught up in the Giller Prize hype. But then every year the long list comes out and I put a bunch of books on hold at the library. Now, I tried to be a little conservative this year and only put the things on hold that I thought I might actually read and enjoy. So far, 4 of those have come in. I have a few more that I'm waiting for, but I didn't put the whole long list on hold, which I have done, and that's always a mistake. So the first one I'll talk about is the one I actually finished. So this is Dream Sequence by Adam Foulds, an author I'd never heard of, but you can see on the cover here that he was previously shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize. It was back in 2009. That's why I didn't know, because I wasn't paying attention to this stuff back then. This is a very divisive book. If you look on Goodreads, there's a lot of 2-star reviews and a lot of 4-star reviews. And The Bibliotherapist is another booktube channel that is also reading Giller books right now, and she hated this, absolutely hated it. She posted a 15-minute long rant review, which go and watch, because her views on this are valid. I just completely disagree, and you'll see my comment on her review. We had a discussion. It's all good, but I thought this was brilliant. It's about a woman who's obsessed with sort of a B-list actor, and it's about that B-list actor who is trying to make the leap to the A-list. And the great thing about it is, the obvious power differential between these two characters is, it's there. But there's so many parallels between them too. Even now I'm only a couple hours from finishing this, but I keep thinking about more and more parallels between these two characters who, if you ask them, would obviously think and be right that they're worlds apart. But it is really about sort of celebrity and fame, but also a bit about monomania, sort of in the Moby Dick sense of people just chasing after this one thing that they think is going to fix everything in their lives. In one case it's fame, and in the other case it's sort of proximity to fame, and it's obvious to the readers neither of these people are going to be happy if or when they get what they want, right? So and it's not a thriller, but it kind of reads like a thriller. I read this, the bulk of it, in a day, and you could easily, I think, read this in a day if you were really dedicated. So I thought this was brilliant. It's under 200 pages and just reads like a dream. I didn't mean to dream sequence. But yeah, this was a great book. So a really auspicious start to my Giller reading. I am in the middle of this one. This is Reproduction by Ian Williams. And much like Adam Foulds, Ian Williams is a poet turned novelist, or just poet/novelist. I hadn't heard of him before either, and I don't know what else he's really written, or if he's won other prizes before. Adam Foulds is apparently very celebrated. He's won lots of prizes and shortlisted for the Booker. Ian Williams, I'm not sure, but this is the structure of this one is very unique. The dream sequence, it's sort of a traditional structure to it. This one, what can I show you? I don't know what'll show up very well, but each of the chapters is kind of either an XX or an XY. So that whole reproduction theme, there's a family tree looking kind of illustration. There's lots of little elements like that. So the fact that he is a poet really comes through, and the fact that he's using the structure and using the space on the page in really interesting ways. It's about I think both the characters so far are immigrants, one from the Caribbean and one from Germany, and they are thrown together because both their mothers are dying, and the mothers happen to be in the same hospital room in Toronto. And it's not a spoiler because I think it's on the inside flat, but these two characters from, wildly different backgrounds end up having a child together, and then I think we move into the story of that child, but I'm not far enough yet. I'm maybe 50 pages. Yeah, it's quite a quirky little book so far. Remains to be seen how well that's going to work out in the context of the whole story, so Stay tuned. And then I've got two that I haven't started yet. So this is Days by Moonlight by Alexis. So I read and loved his Giller Prize winning book 15 Dogs a couple years ago, but I haven't read any more. And like 15 Dogs, I think was the second in a planned, I forget the word, whatever a 5-book cycle is called. And I think this might be book 4 or 5. I'm not even sure. But like Alexis is doing a whole thing. And I don't know how many people are actually, you know, following it through chronologically. I don't think you have to. But yeah, I'm excited to try this one and maybe eventually like read this whole 5-book cycle, right? And then lastly, Small Game Hunting at the Local Coward Gun Club by Megan Gail Cole. So I know very little about this one. I understand it might be a bit more of a, you know, like lots of drinking and drug use and swearing kind of a story. I'm not sure about that. I'm really not. I know it's set in Newfoundland. I know it has a pretty cool cover. I've heard lots of good things. I don't know much more than that. But I'm really excited to get to this one too. So those are my Giller Prize books so far. Like I said, I think I have 1 or 2 more on hold at the library. I have a lot of other reading things going on, but it's kind of nice to have this to focus on. And, the bibliotherapist and I are going to be here talking about them. If you're also reading Giller Prize books, I'd love to hear what you're reading and what you think. And I think the shortlist is coming out in a week. That seems to have gone really fast. And then the Booker Prize will be over soon, too. So, yeah, anyway, it's all happening, as we say. So, thanks for watching.